I know you look a hot mess. It's all right though.
Used to.
No, I'm just talking about the hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
The clips. No, yeah.
Yeah, even if you didn't have hair, you still look a hot mess.
Right.
So it's okay. This is EARLE, Tracy, Naylor. Tracy, EARLE, Naylor.
T-E-N, Junior.
Zion. What's your rap name?
For Zion.
For Zion.
Right.
What the band is Plumdingo.
Yeah.
Plumdingo.
We on Facebook.
Ex Hooper, ex Mad Ant.
Not ex. Still am.
Oh, current Mad Ant tryout. The current Mad Ant tryout. What else we got? We gotta go down to your list of accolades.
No, that's cool. We can say the accolades, baby. We can say the accolades.
Tracy, I hear you. It's okay.
Humble young man rumble. That's all. Humble man rumble.
Humble man rumble.
There you go.
Okay. Well, you know, I had to get you on. You one of the homies, one of the brothers.
The originals.
Yeah. Sadly.
It's like three.
Three what? Three what?
He was like 3.
Oh, we was like 3.
Yeah, when we met.
Tell him about our first fight. Go ahead.
Which first fight?
No.
Oh, the one at the bus stop?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even remember like if we had argued or fought or anything. I just remember like seeing you and on sight it was like we about to fight. I'm about to kick this Negro in his shin.
Yeah.
And apparently you had the same idea. Yeah. So like we was both successful. I kicked your shin, you kicked my shin, and it hurt.
Hell.
I think that was the end of the fight. You know, I didn't prepare for that. I was thinking about punches and stuff. I didn't know you was gonna kick my shin too.
See, the neutralizer though. See, cause dog, this how I remember it. Y'all stayed trying to bully me because I was a less muscular, fatter version of myself now.
Yeah, you were sloppy Hulk.
Very sloppy. I mean, not that. I wasn't that fat. I was just the fattest kid in the group, which happened to not be like the big boy off of heavyweights, which we'll get to that. But you know what I'm saying? Like with the gut out, it wasn't that bad. I was just more chubby than the rest of these little skinny fucks.
You ain't got tall yet. That's what it really was.
Right, yeah, pretty much. So I had all that baby weight. Plus, I was still eating regular meals.
Good, yeah. Oh, feed me.
Anyways, I was coming to the bus stop with, I think, Erica or somebody, and you was there with your sister. And then as soon as I get to the bus stop, your ass was still being petty from the day before. Or we just got into some petty shit right there on the scene. And the greatest thing we both idiots could come up with was to clash our shins at all types of unstoppable force meeting an immovable object. And then we just got on the bus and was quiet.
I was rubbing my shin. That's why I was quiet. It hurt.
Hey, we both took that time to reflect and everything. We got off the bus. Everything was cool.
It was a loss. I took an L that day.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. It's cool though, Earl.
You took an L too. It was a mutual loss. Don't act like your shit.
No, that was my plan because I knew I wasn't ready to fight. So it was like the most I could do is either make this motherfucker laugh or we just go hit each other at the same time. It's going to neutralize everything. It's cool.
It worked out then.
For me, I ain't have to deal. I ain't have to deal with your ass no more after that. Then I had to, you worry about coming to my house to use all my damn baby powder because you was a damn adventurer and shit. Baby powder is different than baby oil. So don't act like I just said you can't even use the ball to baby oil.
I don't recall what you talking about.
Just because, listen.
I just want to state that the record.
He says he doesn't recall. He does not say it never happened.
I don't recall on the record with my hand up for those who need to know.
Well, we got plenty of witnesses.
It was supposed to be a sleepover. I remember that party. It was supposed to be a sleepover.
But he doesn't recall.
And your brother William.
I thought you didn't recall.
But, however, I don't even know who I did that with. Should we put that on the air?
I think it's funny.
When one of us get famous and they pull this
up? It's a story. It's not like we were doing something totally crazy.
I feel like it kind of was, though.
No, it was extra, but not really. It was okay. It's not like we doing it now.
Right.
Or we did it 5 years ago.
For whatever reason, in our youth, young America, Don't do it. Don't try it. We decided to, put on baby powder and kick each other in the gonads. I don't know what the impression gave us, like that we
But
couldn't
see,
feel it because
that
of the baby
that was the
powder,
problem.
right?
That was the problem. We could kick each other in the balls with the baby powder. And remember when we would get low, the tester would be the tester would be so I just kick real quick just to see if you ran
Right.
out or not.
As
If
you
you
roll
did,
them.
you load it back up. And then we just the LeBron came
Look.
out, bro.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, okay, I'm done. I ain't
Right.
gonna embarrass
Moving
you no
on.
more.
Hey,
I ain't gonna embarrass you
thank
no
you.
more.
All right, that's the grill
I've known
session.
Tracy for a long time.
He could go on.
He's known me for a long time. First, I just want to start off with asking you, so how's the music going? Like not from separate from the band. Like, you know, which I don't want to, say nothing on the air if you ain't released no details yet.
Right, right.
So I don't want to be that guy. I give
Right.
everybody that.
Okay.
I don't want, just because I don't want to take advantage of knowing something. So
Okay. Just music in general, right?
well, just the rapping and what you got planned and everything for it. Because I know y'all been actually in the studio.
Right.
You got a lot. You actually got songs
Right.
produced, just being ready to
Right.
fine tune them and then put an artwork on an album or some stuff. Not much left to do.
Yeah.
But this your story. Go ahead.
Not to take from Drake, but it's God's plan. It's definitely just one of those things where music is something where even though it works for me and I'm using it, I want to be able to always give back and give, first of all, honor and glory to Jesus Christ and to God. I'm always name drop that. But the album, that particular one, mixtape, is I guess what it would be. I'm still fuzzy on a lot of the details. You know what I mean? It's my first time actually going
What are
into
you
like
fuzzy on?
actual, like as far as what's the difference between this and that, or what the legalities are, or what they ain't, how much it take, and the steps and the process to really put something whole together. You know what I mean? And something that's gonna be excellent and have excellent quality. Like for example, I got the songs, me and my other brother Eric G5 Bryant. Shout out, love you.
Shout out
That's my guy.
EG5 Bryant.
Yes, Eric G5 Bryant.
Yeah.
He got stuff coming out too, but I'm not gonna speak on his. I'm
Right.
trying to speak on mine.
Yeah.
But just going through the process, I didn't know it took so long. But got the songs picked and everything, and just as far as like the editing, the mastering, like the even putting a mixtape cover together. That's something that it's gonna be my first time. Like, okay, I'm gonna have to look through this and that and put something together, pick it. Okay, do I want to edit this color, that color? It's just like a whole process. I thought it was hard just picking the 5 songs to put on it.
So is having a mixtape as far as how the government views it, mainly the IRS, is it different to have an album than a mixtape? Is they saying if you got a mixtape, then you're not really making no money off of it? It's just a different,
right?
And you're not really putting nothing out there officially. It's just some tracks you had.
And not only that, it's saying that like you not claiming no copyrights or nothing.
Got you.
As well. So it's like you putting out something that's just like.
Well, I don't think you have a problem with that though, right? Being that you're not like a cover band or nothing, so you don't need to worry about no copyright.
But like
people need to worry about your copyright.
Let's say, like for example, we were using somebody else's beat or music or sample or something.
But y'all not though,
right?
If you were though,
right. When you put that on even a mixtape or an album, that brings back repercussions as far as licensing. And
who was that?
LLCs and all that.
Chingy back in the day had used the Pac-Man beat or something like that, and then like they caught wind of that. Nintendo came and swooped him up,
and it wasn't good for him.
No, he had to pay some money. Don't go doing that.
Nah. So that's what it is, and like it's about what your intent is with it, your content on it, and even more so, like you said, like it's kind of like a way to put less attention on what you're doing. A mixtape don't get pushed as far, quote unquote, as like an album. You dropping that all the way. You know what I mean? And that's obviously for sales.
I wonder if I'm gonna cut you off, but I wonder if say y'all made y'all stuff, you know what I mean, all in house and everything, and it was just y'all two coming up with the beats. But I wonder if it's ever been like two people, two creators, like say they states away, and they both happen to come up with the same beat.
Highly
And
improbable.
well, no, I know that. I
Right.
know that's like a million to one, like winning the
Right.
lottery 3 times. But still, I mean, I think like stuff like that. You know, I mean, things happen
Right.
by coincidence all the
Right.
time.
Like
You know what I'm saying? Like
Then when it come down to is who got who got they stuff copyrighted first, who became an
that's
LLC
all I
first.
ask. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And actually Eric has done some things to get
Right.
on that level, a LLC level. I'm not gonna say the name or nothing like that, but yeah, to avoid even that, just
That's
in
what's up.
general, like
So
just
y'all
have
just got a free road now. Just don't go infringing on other people's stuff, and
right,
y'all pretty much got the license to go ahead and do what y'all want, and then just put it out.
yeah,
That's what's
yeah.
up.
Thanks to him, thanks to God, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude is a hard worker. Like that dude just, it make me want to work harder just
How
seeing how
many?
much and
Yeah.
how hard he worked to
How
put
many
in.
hours a week you think he work on music stuff, not just probably his own day job or whatever?
More than I could sit here and speculate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, like he'll tell me sometimes, he don't even sleep and stuff, and I know it
Mm-hmm.
to be true because sometimes we over there and we'll be up all night, but you got a family and everything else on top of that, so just again, great example, man. Love that dude, love that brother. Thankful for him. But that's what's going on. As far as mine, what I'm gonna call it is, I don't even know. I ain't even decided what I'm gonna call it. You see what I'm
Hey,
saying?
Jeff said it took him a few months, or no. I'm thinking something else. Mike just told me that whenever they were coming up with their new band, it took them months to get a name together. Like they didn't just like rush into it and just have one just so that
Yeah.
they could say that they were a band or that they had one. I was like, that makes sense to me because I'm not going to just go out there and pick up a girl off the street, even though we got things in common, and then be like, oh yeah, we dating, just so I could be like, I got a girlfriend and I can have a title on something. Like it's bigger than that once
Right.
y'all get to where y'all at. You know what I mean? Ain't no time to just be like, oh yeah, I'm doing this just to do it, and it's cool
You
and it's
know how it
fun.
is, Fett. You know how it is when you're on the airwaves.
Oh
It's
no, I noticed from all y'all like the amount of time you're gonna be sleeping is very minimal. So not minimal, just it's not as much as the other stuff that you're doing, or
yeah,
nearly as
yeah.
much.
It's a grind. It's a sacrifice. Like even me right now, I could still be putting more time into it, and I'm trying to find ways to
But
like
you spread out a bunch some, you know what I mean? So, that's hard to do. It's not like you just doing that.
right,
You know what I
right,
mean? Which we gonna get into the band and stuff too, but you know, you got a lot of stuff on your plate already working a full-time job. And then, you know what I mean, doing that with Eric, plus the band, plus whatever else you're gonna have
right.
be coming on doing soon. So I wouldn't worry about stretching yourself too thin. Cause I noticed with everybody I talk to, like that's not like super big or nothing, as far as the world standards of what
Right.
big is.
Right. They'll catch on later.
Yeah. Y'all got everything y'all need in front of y'all. You know what I mean? It's like the tools is there, the mindset is there, the patience is there, the timing seem to be there. So I think just all those things working together, I don't think anything can stop any of y'all. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? That's why I'm glad I get to sit here and interview y'all now before it get too hard to interview any of
Right.
y'all suckers. So, but I'm glad y'all doing a lot of stuff. So when did you officially like around, I guess an approximate day, like when did y'all start, you and Eric start, like how did you meet him, I guess start there.
Okay. Okay. Church. Yeah,
Okay.
it was from church. We go to the same house, get the same word. And that's what initially just created the groundwork. Just knowing that okay, this is somebody where we can walk and agree, and you know what I mean. We got the same views and we believe in the same things and stuff, and we want to do music for the same
Right.
reason, for God. You know what I mean? That's probably the most primal thing. Is like both of us just want to lift God up with our music and spread God out to the world, to the nations with our music, give our testimony or whatever. Let it be healing, let it be helping, let it be what it's supposed to be. And so it's funny because me and him both kind of stay to ourselves type people anyway. You know what I mean?
Introvert.
So, right. So it's like when you do finally get to like the first time we sit down and do a session or actually sit down and record something, I didn't know. I didn't know it was gonna go where it's went. And
I can imagine. This is how I can imagine it. Not that it's awkward, but it's not like if we were to sit down and just talk or just sit down, you know what I mean? If I was to come up to you on a and you sitting and waiting for the bus hypothetically on a park bench, and I came up to you and I was about to catch the bus too, and I could sit down, you'd be like, "Oh, fucking Fetster, what do you want?" You know what I mean? You could say that type of thing. When I'm sure whenever y'all first met, it was like, of course y'all was cool, but being that y'all so introverted and y'all don't know what's going to be happening anyway just yet. You know, it's probably a weird, awkward tension. But then as soon as the first person began to say something, you know what I mean, y'all was like, oh, you was like, oh, he's on the same level with me, maybe a little bit higher. That's good. I like that. Even if he's low, but it's just the way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? So it was like once y'all got all the formalities and the uneasiness out the way, things probably started happening like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah. The first time we got in there, you know, it just presence was there, we was there, and everything just went smooth, and it always has. It just, you know how it is when something clicked, when something makes sense, when something it just lined up. You know what I mean? So it's great. It's awesome. I'm honored.
So how long has it been?
About a year and a half, I'd say, if not longer.
Y'all accomplished a lot in just that amount of time, then.
A little and a lot, you know, a lot of little.
Well, it's steps, man. It's the steps.
It's a process.
Whenever I was starting all this up, it's, you know what I mean, you got to start somewhere, a mental plan and a goal and that feeling and stuff, and then you got to put it into action somehow.
And he had already been doing it. He's been doing this for you know, way longer than I have. So it's like it's good to have somebody that you know you can learn from, and that can also like help challenge you and push you at the same time, but in a positive way. You know what I mean? Like ain't ever no competition vibe between us where it's like we try and see who's gonna be better. You know what I mean? You know how they do it in music. They usually take groups of musicians and artists and try and turn them against each other.
Oh, they do that in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
They do that in almost every kind of aspect out there. They want to see who's the weak, who the strong is, who the leaders are, who the ruthless people are, who the scoundrels is, you know.
And even in that, you know, John Troop, shout out to my guy John. He's another one. He's the third one. It's three of us, actually. Me, him, and Eric. You know, he's out of town right now. Miss him, love him. Come home, bro. Go Patriots. Congrats. You know, you'll never hear me say that on the air again.
Say, whoa.
Right. It took a lot.
It's a Colts fan right here.
Just got to show love. That's the bro. He the bro. Eric the bro. I'm grateful. I don't even know how it happened. All I know is like it's just crazy.
You don't got to. You don't got to know how it happened all the time.
You can see, like, you could just see yourself going places with somebody. When you could just see little.
Now, if y'all playing the honeymoon, I want to go. No, I was just like, are y'all? So this is a real question, because we know the reality of the music game and like what's popping and what's not popping. For life of me, I'll never understand the mumble rap or the prostitution rap. That's not saying it's bad. It's just not my thing. But a lot of people's thing, I say that because a lot of people things are, they don't like Christian rap.
Oh yeah.
So my question is are y'all prepared for that uphill battle?
Prepared.
I'm being honest. Because it's even, you know, we listen to Andy Mineo and before once in a while Lecrae and Gazelle. Gazelle. I'm sorry for yelling. That's just dude.
He got excited. Look, he said,
back in your bag.
Look, see?
So, are y'all ready for that?
Yeah,
you know,
because as much as like in American culture, as we can see with like those type of artists and people being more and more included. I don't know why or for what reason, but regardless, even though in America we may not be like preferred are the most popular. The
Right.
fact is, when you talk about over the spread of the whole world, Christians outnumber people
Right.
more so than what people would think, you know. But ultimately, it's just come from like being bold enough and believing enough in what we doing and why we doing it to really just say who is for, you know, and who is not, you know. Let those with ears, if you like it, good. If you love it, even better. If you don't, you know. And that's just our approach to it, because we're not really looking to be liked, you know, or to be popular. We really got a message and an intent that we putting into our music. So we're like, even if it is, you know, every now and then you have a fun track or a track that make you want to move, but 9 times out of 10, and probably 10 out of 10, when you listen to you know what we saying and what we lyrics or all of that, it's intentional. So we just stand on that. We gonna stand on that, you know, while we little, and if we get big, just the same, you know. When we get big, it's about putting that message out and doing what we feel like is our duty with these gifts that God has given us to give back to Him and to reach and share and to help
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
whatever cost, even if they don't like it, even better.
So do you think, I'm gonna do a little segue? Do you think Plumdingo, being in Plumdingo and doing this, you could do them both for like years to come? Or,
I already have been doing both of
well,
them.
no, you know what I mean, though, but
Right,
on a bigger scale. It's different whenever, you know
right,
what I mean, right now you just making the music,
right,
and then you go on to, you know what I mean, you do your rehearsals with the band, but then you just go on to play those 1 or 2 times a week. It's a different monster. I
right,
feel like later when one is gonna be more demanding than the other, or
right.
they both gonna be
Or should we
just
ever cross paths, like as far as time and schedule and stuff?
everything.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
you feel about it, what's gonna be more important. You know, it's a lot of questions that
Right,
go. I'm
right.
not trying to second guess you. It's just strictly a question, because some people can't handle all that, and it's fine, and it just fuels them. And it's just
Right,
an enjoying day at the office.
right.
You know what I mean? So
That's how I
that's
feel.
my thing. Do you feel that way, or do you feel like sometimes it get a little much? You just wish you'll slow down.
With both of them, I feel like it don't even feel like work. I can do a long day full of work and then go do either one with either them, Plumdingo, or with Eric and John, and neither one feels like work. I don't feel tired when I'm doing it. Like, it give me a almost another boost of
Hmm.
energy just to be doing it.
Like work give you that feeling like I want to stay home. That give you the feeling like I want to go out and do this.
Like, yeah,
It's the opposite feeling of like actually going to clock in to the 9 to 5 boy.
right, right. It don't even feel like work at all. Both of them, I'm very fortunate to be in, and I'm not gonna leave either one. To
Right.
be honest, I'm gonna stick with both of them, and I love that. Like, there's a mutual respect that, you know, on both sides. They know that on one side I'm not just a drummer, and on the other side I'm not just a artist or a rapper either. You know what I mean? Like, they both know
Hmm.
that I myself am gonna have to learn how to navigate that path as
Yeah.
I continue. Because I've thought about that before. You know what I mean? I've had that conversation before where it's like, man, what am I gonna do when,
Right.
you know?
Because out of all the people I know, or my close friends, or anybody that's doing projects or any like just living out their dream, no matter on what kind of scale
Right.
the world kind of puts it on, they normally only have one main thing and some a side thing or two. You got two main things, which is just like,
Whoa.
yeah, yeah. Because like I see how Jeff is now, tired all the time, racking his brain or trying to make sure he's staying on task. And Mike, you know what I mean, he kind of just be all over the place. You know, I know you go to your daily job, and
Mm-hmm.
then after that, you kind of just trying to get to your passion. So that's what's up, bro.
Got a son to throw in the mix with all of
Yeah,
that too. So yeah, I'm gonna just do my best. I'm gonna just continue to, you know, take it head on. I'm not gonna dodge it or try and run from it, which I've thought about. You had those thoughts where you like, is this worth it? Is that worth
oh
it?
yeah.
You
Before I
know,
started doing this, I
right?
thought it was worth it, because it was more than just. And then whenever I started it, maybe 2 weeks ago, I was like, "Oh damn, I gotta keep doing this, and I gotta like think of ways to keep doing this, and I gotta stop being an introvert as much as I am." So it was just like I'm racking my brain just like how y'all do, and I just like I never thought of it like that because I'm racking my brain on how to edit things better, who to
Mm-hmm.
get on again, things I need to do better, just a lot of stuff. So I could understand that for sure because that's just uh
And how do you feel when you doing all that? You know what I
nervous.
mean?
Oh, I feel nervous because it's not that it's. I don't think it's a problem of not being able to do it. It's just you got to be able to navigate the minefield.
Yeah, pull up your bootstraps, buckle
Yeah,
down.
because I don't know, just used to not stuff not going your way.
Right.
So it's just like I don't even care anymore. It's just like, what do I do now? And it's like I don't want to be nervous about it. I'd rather have the attention and the focus to worry about like how to fix or get through something than to worry about being nervous about it. Because I almost didn't do this
I hear you.
because it was just it felt overwhelming for a lot of reasons.
Right.
Something you never did before. Like how do you do it? Is doing it out of your apartment a safe move? Will people be okay with that?
Right.
People have what I mean. So many questions. What I mean. So many maybe insecurities or something. But
Yeah.
it's like I got to though because just as much as I don't, not that I don't want to, but my brain or something was telling me not to, and it was just like I gotta overrule that. I've been doing that for too long with stuff, and I just got to stop.
You have to quiet that noise
Yeah,
and just say, I'm doing
yeah. No matter what,
it.
what I
Yeah.
mean, because it's like I was telling Micah, I don't care if I get $200 a week from this or 2 million. What I mean, that's not the point of me doing it.
Right.
To be honest, like it's
Right.
just really not. If you telling me I could meet, if the interviews I've done now could lead to me meeting people that I don't get to meet or people that I'm a fan of that I don't get to meet,
Mm.
that'll all be worth it just as much as the $2 hotspot that I can get. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just because we have money, it's been a lot, it's been a little, it's been none, it's been too much to where I
Yeah.
can't count or keep control of. So that's no longer a motivating factor. What I mean? I don't have a family as far as children to provide for. I'm not married yet, so
Right.
I need to figure out how to do this the smart way and not try to overload myself,
Right.
but also don't be what they call it complacent.
Yeah, staying in that same spot. Yeah.
So how do you think being a follower of Christ is plausible to do and like stay hype about it and not have to be in a Kermit shell about the thing, about your passion and your love for Christ?
Oh yeah. If it's real, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's not the question there. I
I
know
understand.
it's real. I'm saying, is it? Do you think that'll wear as much as the other stuff too? Not him, the people that bringing it.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
oh,
no.
oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's my fault.
I think about that too. You know what I mean? Even though I'm still far from that level where like people be like, "Oh, that's my favorite," or da da da, or like, "Oh, you know what I mean?" Yeah, I think the biggest weight that it carries is knowing that like, we not just talking on the air on Earth. Like God can hear what I'm saying. He can hear what I'm rapping. You know what I mean? He can hear the songs, tracks, the beats, the whatever. So it's accountability, but it's accountability you thankful for. It ain't like, oh man, I gotta
I don't
be.
I don't think in your music you'd ever stray away from what you start out doing and everything. I think you
You talking about
just
the lifestyle?
yeah, yeah.
That's hard to say. I feel like I would remain grounded and rooted once I get to that level. You know what I mean? Just from what my life has been like already, it's prepared me for that. To be able to go out there, but to know what really still matters, away from a camera or a show or a dollar, or you know how it is when
Hmm.
you've been through certain struggles or certain trials or certain what's the word I'm looking for, circumstances, then it kind of puts things in perspective. You know what I mean? From what you've been through, it teaches you how you can handle yourself and then future circumstances. Because I do feel like, uh, it's very possible to get caught up in the whole Hollywood thing, as it's very possible. Not me myself, but I mean in general. I know like that could be a
I don't
thing.
even think you got to make it to Hollywood. It's at this point. It's just like if people can give you enough likes, and then in real life you can get enough attention, and then in your professional life have the amount of success that you deem was successful. You know what I mean? That's all. You know, the reason why I asked you because I think about it, and it's kept me from doing things because at the end of the day, I would, me personally, this is probably not the healthiest way to think about it, but if like somebody hypothetically had held a gun to my head and was like, you got to choose like what kind of lifestyle you trying to live, or this is just going like it's just going to be a parade every day of like people just challenging you at every step and moment, or it's just life in general. You know how life is. You know what I mean? You just get throw that curveball
Yeah,
over and over and
yeah,
over, and then you get the screwball, and you know what I mean? Like the it never change. You know what I mean? It's never the same. It always changes. What's gonna come your way? So it's just like I'd rather just not do anything that'll garner any attention
mm,
and just stay in the shadows and do my thing and live life peacefully that way. But also on the other hand, it's like what you saying about the gifts. Like I'm gonna just
I'm not
throw
gonna.
them gifts
Yeah,
away
you
and
can't bury it.
right,
Yeah,
and then just be like, oh yeah, I got all these gifts and I'm using them in my house and everything, but my community ain't even, you know what I mean, reaping none of those gifts or anybody that is in contact with me. So because I'm so concerned about things I don't need to be
right,
concerned about
right,
at the end
right.
of the day.
It remind me, you know how we are about basketball. It remind me how when you on the court, even on that high level of being like an NBA or being international, even though you there to do your job and just play, it's a whole arena that's just rocking. You know what I mean? You talking about sound, people chanting and people trying to heckle you and
Mm-hmm.
all that. And you really had to just like, so what, and just play your game, you know? And I've kind of found a way to start doing that in life. Like, yeah, it's gonna always be all of that and all the noise and all the, but you know what I mean? I just got to find a way to really buckle and focus down and just do what God want me to do so he can get his glory, so lives can be changed, or and just let that be that would be enough for me. You know what I mean? To be able to say I made a difference in some people's lives. You know what I mean? With what I'm doing as far as the music or with the way I'm presenting myself or the way we present ourselves, or you know, because I think my biggest fear would be having a gift and letting that gift stay with me all the way to my grave. I don't want my gift to
Mm.
make it to my grave. I don't want that. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be poured out, man. I'm trying to be empty when I leave here. You know what I mean? Because I know how that feels to let fear and doubt and all that really talk you into just sitting down and staying down. You know, even especially when it's from you, like you dang near be
Mm-hmm.
your own worst enemy.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
so like yourself, I'm also just now coming out of that shell where it's like I can't worry about that. I got a job to do. You know what I mean? I got a game to play, or I got this message to get out. I got this music to make. Whatever it is, whatever your thing is, like you said, once you start doing it, then you kind of realize, okay, I was silly to really wait so long almost, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. That's for dang sure. My biggest fear though is like you get a certain amount of success and then people get like too like I ain't never been into like anybody that's uh I don't even know because I don't even like calling these people anything. They're just people like
Right,
a celebrity and all that other
right,
crap. People, I don't understand the people that get into their lives like the paparazzi and reading what they put out and all that other
right, right,
stuff. Like I really don't care
right.
like what anybody was doing as soon as they get off the court, off the stage, off the track, off whatever. I don't care.
All
You
that
know what I
off
mean?
duty
Like
extras.
yeah, like and that's been my work because it's like we live in like such a weird society that we don't even know like what real joy and happiness is anymore. We don't know what basic human life is. We
Or
don't,
privacy. What's happened to that?
and even if there was those things, it's just like I'm not trying to. And that's like I don't think I should have to remove myself from society because there's a certain small part of that society that is trying to nitpick or do some extra about my personal decisions that don't involve me killing, stealing, destroying, robbing,
Right.
none of that kind of thing. So that's why I'm like the gay rights and all that other stuff. Like I just don't get it because I believe in Jesus. He's my savior, the whole nine, yada yada yada. I ain't gonna preach, but I also don't give two dangs what anybody is doing in their personal life. Even in public, I still don't care.
Right.
Like I just don't drive me. But for some people, that would. So I don't want to be on somebody else's show one day and they spark up a joint and then I hit that mud because that's what I do. Like I'm sorry. Like let me just be real. Like I like to smoke. I don't like to smoke all day like an alcoholic would drink. You know what I mean? I don't like to do those types of things. But like I need the world to not be like the things that are okay. You know, you already know. Just I'm not fun on those topics because I get act straight rude. It's just like, did you masturbate today? Okay. Are you done? You know what I mean? Do we need to keep going? You go nitpick something that you don't even know is a sin or not, just based off of how you personally feel about something because you was brainwashed by the government to think anything that besides what they tell you is good for you is good.
I think like where part of that come from is it's easier for people to focus on somebody else.
Oh yeah.
When they only look at their own.
What the verse go? You ain't paying attention to the plank in your eye, but the speck in your brother eye.
You know what I mean? Like it's exactly that. Like, and we built a whole culture and a whole market and a whole industry and an economic based off of paying attention to what? Somebody else. As long as it ain't me. You know what I mean? Right?
Man, I have to tell Ebony every day, bro. Like I'm not with, and not in regards to her, but in general, we'll be talking about some craziness. Like I seen some post today with some girl that had her t-shirt off. Okay, so here's the thing. I get all the little petty messages that these groups try to have. Like I get it. But this girl had no shirt on, and then on her stomach or on a sign, she was like, "I'm naked and I still don't want it." And I'm like, "But nobody asked you to be naked in public either." You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we feel like we got to do these things that make no sense just to prove a point that makes no sense?
Right.
You know what I mean? Even if it does make sense, like we get it, bro. My thing is like, listen. We need to strip age, color, and gender away from topics when we get to talk about certain things, like who's good and bad. If you're going to sit here and tell me that you can just pinpoint somebody that's bad based off how they look, their color, their age, their shoe size, whatever, I can't talk to you, bro. It's just not, it's not a discussion I'm willing to have with you. It ain't got nothing to do with anything. Like, just like this, I found this quite funny. They saying, now listen, it ain't got nothing to do with racism, but they'll be like white privilege, but they'll only say that the white privilege only is for white males. But then I'm like, but what about the white females? They don't have no white privilege.
Yes, they do.
They have zero white like, and this ain't the thing. I'm not trying to, but it's just like, if you feel a certain way, listen, just listen. If I wanted to come over there and smack you right now, hypothetically, that's just because I want to. I'm not going to try and formulate some shit that happened 5 years ago and be like, and this is why I smacked Tracy live. I had to. It must be done. No, bro, that's not how reality works. I just don't think that's how reality works, bro.
We don't live in reality now. Let me add that in there. I'd hate to bust the bubble, but
I just wish people would just be respectful of each other, not be in people's business like that. Stop making a big deal about everything unless it needs. Like, this is my thing. We worried about all the meaningless things, but anybody worried about the kids is being took and molested and raped up? You know what I mean? We worry about grown women that not put themselves in bad positions, but they were in a bad position and something bad happened to them, and they decided to not say anything. Or they did say something and nobody spoke up for them. Like, I feel like there's a lot of weird, funny stuff when it comes to stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's a lot of accountability that can be passed around. But with kids or something that's very black and white, very black and white. We don't need a court to solve these things.
It tied back into what you was talking about earlier. It's the fact that like people avoid accountability. They avoid responsibility. Like they'll have a voice and a whole platform, but they'll use it for la da 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 rah rah rah, rather than to be like, I could use this voice and this platform to really talk about the multiple and many issues that we all share on this one planet.
Right.
But that's not what people want to. That don't make money. That don't get views. That don't.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I have no desire to be part of that industry and that type of. This is what we need. We need a story. We need juice. We need to know. Give me something. Nah. You know, like you, I'd rather be left alone at that point.
I just feel like that's too much. Even if it's at cost of me not being able to be around people, enjoy people, and everybody enjoy each other's gifts. Like, personally, I just can't do it. Just personally,
first. Yeah, your
right?
peace come first.
That's what I tell people. Like, it ain't got. This is the thing. I was just telling Ebony. I have some people in my family that, and it's ain't me airing out business. I'm just being honest about situations, even with things that go on my own family and stuff. I have people in my family that are bothered by the fact that I'm not like a drug addict, or I'm not having dependency problems, and they're bothered by that. And I'm just like, but why are you bothered by the fact that I don't bother you, especially negatively? And then it drives them just crazy. And then they'll hit me up and everything and be wanting me to come around. Everything is just like, but I don't want to come around because there's no peace whenever I come around, or there's just always some weird issue, or it's just some extra stuff. It's just like, trust me, I'm not the dude that don't want to go to functions and gatherings of any sort with anybody because I'm that dude and I'm just a jerk or some stuff. I just don't like all the extra stuff.
Right,
so then they get even more mad because you tell them why, and then you still not making no fuss about it. You're just like, this is how it is. Like, I'm sorry. And that just drives them over the edge. You know what I mean? It's just like, how dare you insult us like that, or you feel like you're better, this or that. It's like, no, bro. Like, why can't, listen, instead of you being mad at me because I want to avoid all types of chaos, unnecessary chaos, why don't you be mad at yourself for just being extra?
Because then that would involve accountability. You know, oh no, I have to say it.
And then what they'll do is try to bring up some stuff that they don't know about, or they have a fraction of the information. So it's like, you know, so it's like clickbait. You know what I mean? It's like, it's reality clickbait. You can get a headline or overhear something from somebody in the family or a friend or something, and then you want to, whenever I'm around, you want to either show out or try to embarrass me with information you know nothing about. You just heard one line of a story, and now you think you know the whole book. Come on, man. Come on. And what do you want me to do? Sit here and argue with you about it?
Like you said, even as close as your own family. You know what I mean?
And that's just me trying to show transparency by saying it's happening everywhere.
Right.
My thing is just, why can't this just be normal? What's so wrong with everybody just, you know what I mean? Just, I didn't imagine whenever I was like 9 or 10, I would put up with more childish shit whenever I grew up than the childish shit I'm doing as a child. It makes, at that, I stopped thinking and I gotta go do something, because it's like nobody is giving me the answer to that solution yet, or that problem, and I just can't do the rat race, as Andy would say. I can't do that, bro. Like, I got bigger things and bigger fish to fry with than to worry about petty stuff that I can't change or worry about. I've been done with that for a minute. Now I'm trying to, you know what I mean, put the action in somewhere that ain't.
You got a whole purpose, a whole
reason. We all do, but we all do. And I just wish that everybody would, you know what I mean, wise up to that. Stop thinking we all just a colony of ants on a planet and we just run around like chickens with their head cut off or something. You know, like, we all here for something. We all gotta get. I was just telling Mike, like, I feel like we all got something to offer. No matter what you say or do, you got something to offer.
Nobody was sent here empty. Nobody was sent here literally just to chill and hang out.
No matter where you started at on the map, you know what I mean? We all gotta
Everybody
get
got their contribution to this world, to us as a people that's supposed to make us better or grow us in some type of way or bring us together in some type of way. But like I mean, that's it. That's it. Just like what you said with the rat race. At some point, you have to trade that in. A lot of people trade that in. I'll take a comfortable life. Give me a picket fence. What they call it, an American dream, right? You know, I don't think that's a. I would. I don't. I don't understand how people could live a life where did you go to school? Yes. Did you get a degree? Yeah. Did you get a job? Yeah. Did you do this in the third? Yeah. But if you didn't really do that one thing that you knew you were sent here to do, or that you love to do, or that was gonna make a difference.
That's my big one that I get hung up on. I fully 1000 endorse people doing the 9 to 5 and all that and everything. And plus, people's situation is different, so
Right.
it's a lot of things to take into account for. But if at some point in time during all of this, your whole lifespan, whether it be 30, 40, 50, 60, 20 years or something, you if you don't ever go try and do something that's what I mean, you was meant to do, or you just got that feeling or that calling for it and make your heart jump, or you get those anxious feelings. If you don't do something along them lines, it just makes me eternally sad because it's just like you more than just some dude that's going to clock in and clock out and work on somebody else's projects or further somebody else's money flow. Like I get it. We all got to do the 9 to 5 thing at some point.
Right. Yeah.
But do you have to forever? And if you don't do that forever, like, does that give the right? Like, my brother, I know certain older people, like, they just don't get the whole, like, being that I don't have a family or kids. I don't have any, like, true debts that's costing me anything. I have everything that, like, mentally together. I'm not out here trying to waste my young years anymore. Like, it's I fully understand the whole I'm glad none of us are the same or that we
Right.
do the same things or we're all into the same things, because then it'd just be
The Timmy
boring.
Turner episode.
I was just
The
thinking
Great
that
Flop.
when they was all I was literally just thinking that. Yes. Just like that, bro. They all got the same name. They all do the same thing, same job, same interests, same hobbies, the whole nine. That's not fun. And I don't think anybody would enjoy that. And the problem is, I notice with people that are,
I think that makes the hole bigger. Like
yeah,
that void or that empty, like yeah.
I think I notice with people that are rich or are well established, half of them see like how well off they are and like the position they are now, they can do whatever they want. And then the other half of them, they see people that's got just as much success or money or fame as them, but they didn't do that much, and they get so salty and upset and grimy or mad about it. And it's like all because they're deciding to do something that they themselves didn't have enough confidence in themselves to do, or they just don't disagree with that sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like I deal with maybe 5 to 10 dirty looks or something because I collect pops, and I'm just like,
Right.
I don't care, bro. Like
a-hole on the podcast.
right, pretty much. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I just know for me personally, like I agree. Like when you look outward, you can find a lot to say and focus on and wonder about. It definitely it's enough to spin the wheels. I'll put it that way. But personally, me, you, myself, people like us, Mike, Jeff, you know, I don't know. I feel like the feeling that keep us doing it and trying it and not being afraid of it, because I would hate to get to that point where it was too late to do it and be like, dang, I should have done it. Or I wish, you know what I mean? You don't ever want to have that type of regret.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or be like, I could have did more with this, or I could have did more with that. So, that's why I'm grateful that all of us, even as a group, you know what I mean? Those guys, me, you, myself, and a lot of other people not included,
Yeah.
We all just want to see everybody do well. Because I know guys like us, like, we not going to make it to the top and just be there. We the type where it's like, I'm trying to really help somebody else get where they want to go and do what they want to do as well. Not and then the people we care and love about. We want
But
to help.
especially now, especially when what I see with any type of somewhat grounded, famous or successful person. I'm not talking about like Tom Cruise, who just is completely detached from reality and got bodyguards out the wazoo everybody fawning at his feet and
Scientology.
whatever. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like just people that are of that status now and just feel like they just literally are above people. What I've seen from people that are just now starting up or even been in the game for a minute, they all got a group of people around them and they all motivated go-getters. You know what I mean? All of them, every single last one of them. And it's just I don't think doing it alone in this day and age will help you get to where you want to be all, you know what I mean, 100%. Like at the end of the day, I don't want to be the dude that's like, I made it and just I made it and now I'm comfortable and everything's straight. And then I gotta go home and look myself in the mirror and then realize it's just me.
Right, and that's what I was about to say. That's detrimental. You know what I mean? Because even when you do get to that point where you got everything you want, that's why rich people blow their brains out. You got all this stuff, you got all this money, all these things you want to do, and then you look around like, where's somebody to do it with? Where's somebody to tell about it? Or where's somebody to enjoy it with? Nothing. You just got a whole bunch of stuff.
Not even that, but I just
ego,
what I know is like it takes a group. It's always a group of people that always like maximize everybody's talents and the team's talents, and then everybody. That phrase "everybody eating" is like literal, and everybody is putting in as well. Like LeBron James and his homies, you know what I mean?
Right.
They literally started from nothing, and then look where they all at now. They all got some good sort of input. They all contribute in a healthy way, and it's not just two or three of them and then a gang of dudes behind them just there for the hype parties and the fun times. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's a lot of dudes here. I know it's a lot of dudes in Indy. I know you probably know people. I know people all around here. You know, all around the U.S. So I think I think if people start focusing on doing stuff like that, like being successful with what you see on the internet is like going to be a thing of the past because everybody's going to be able to do it.
Right.
And it's not going to be a thing no more about your status finally. It's just going to be like how good of a person you really are. Now, that's just me being wishful thinking. But
one day it's going to turn back on its head. Once we get so far and so deep into all this social media or just media, period, eventually it's going to flip that demand back to, okay, now we're interested in stuff away from the media, or stuff that's not through a phone or through a camera. Who got the real? All of a sudden, the authentic becomes what's desired. You know what I mean? The real thing, because you can't get that no more. Everything is so virtual and so like, you know what I mean? Where one day it's gonna outdo itself, and there'll be like a natural need and a natural desire and request for the real stuff and the real things that you can't get from that type of I feel like once we get so far in the technological future where it's like everything is virtual, everything you can live your whole life from that movie,
I think the apocalypse will happen before that ever happens.
I think so as well,
because I was just talking to Ebony about the same thing. I was just like, can you explain to me how this foolish society thinks that all the interpersonal and all the technology advancements we want to have and stuff is going to reach small towns like Waynedale or little small towns in Ohio or Oklahoma or just towns that's got like 25, 30 people.
Right. 2 stoplights.
Right. And even then, like, once you get done with the major cities, how you going to do the secondary cities? You know what I mean? And then the baby towns. Like, it's just a lot of technology. And y'all told me in 90-something, we was going to have floating cars and flying hoverings and this and that. We got a hoverboard that still got wheels. How that work?
You know what I'm saying? A lot. That's how
they just now making they just now getting jetpacks together, and now it's supposed to happen in year 2005.
Right.
You lying to me somewhere, Albert Einstein or science or whoever pushing these weird agendas.
It's a fun idea,
It's fun. It's just not realistic.
There you go. Anything but reality.
And speaking of not realistic,
come on,
it's not realistic that the Lakers were going to do anything next year. I just had to let you know. I had to open up the sports talk by saying it's not even a reality that they will be in a Western Conference Finals.
You talking about clickbait, boy? That was some bait right there. He want me to go full Stephen A. Smith, don't you? Let me start here. LeBron James. LeBron James, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Kyle Kuzma. That's about it. I think if anything, they're gonna have a hard time filling the roster out.
That's what I'm getting at. The problem here is not
What
AD.
you gained in 3 players, you might be losing more with the fact that the rest of your bench is gonna have to be.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They did all that because they needed to acquire,
power.
that and acquire more scoring. But it's just like, but do you know you pretty much gave up like the same amount of points that AD gonna be bringing in, unless you telling me that he gonna come in doing 35 to 40 points a night, and that's just not gonna happen. It's bruh.
You say that like Anthony Davis is an average.
I'm
player.
not. Who
really
is he
are.
about to play with? Who is he gonna play with?
Does it matter?
Yes, it's only one ball. It's one ball.
David, what you're forgetting is this. Like I said, Anthony Davis is not just a top 50 or top 25 player.
I'm not.
I don't think
y'all. Okay, but I don't think y'all.
You're talking about 2 top 5 in the NBA players on the same team. As much as you hate to admit it, no, this is not LeBron and Chris Bosh and D Wade.
How not? D Wade was literally
they're going to be better. They're going to. I said it first. They're going to be better than what the Heat was with LeBron and Bosh and Wade, because Bosh wasn't even that good.
Can we say
Bosh wasn't that good? Wade.
Can we say
we
something?
We're gonna talk about Wade because I know
you're not gonna talk about Wade. Look, I got too much Wade in my house. Right. That is the one rule in the podcast. Negroes will not come on this show talking about D Wade in a negative fashion. Secondly, I'll be you know what?
That's clickbait for you. Yeah,
this is despicable because y'all said the same thing when he went back to Cleveland. I was hearing the same thing. Oh, Kyrie younger and better and healthier than D Wade, and we got a better Chris Bosh, and LeBron is back, and he's it's gonna be awesome, and they're just gonna. How many rings did he get with Cleveland?
Nobody's rooted.
How many rings did he get with Cleveland?
Nobody rooted for Cleveland over here. Tell that to a Cleveland fan. Let's talk Heat LA.
But just because you a Laker fan don't mean anything gonna change. He has one other star that they gave everybody up for.
But that star is
They got Kuzma, who is inconsistent for whatever reason, and it's not because of his talent. So we gonna act like Kuzma just the most consistent wheel out there, huh?
Continue. I'm interested.
Listen. All I'm saying, in order for them to be better than D Wade's Heat,
see,
they will have to go to 4 finals and win 2 or 3 rings.
Noted.
So you're saying those things will happen
with Anthony Davis, who is better than any teammate he's ever had. Including D Wade. Let's be real. D Wade was never a top 5 player.
How? You can't even say that with a straight face. You can't even say that with a straight face.
Never a top 5 player. Maybe top 10.
Do you want to look at the note? How come?
I want to hear it.
Okay, Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce out here telling the false truth. Bruh, stop. If he was never a top 5, let me just say this.
D Wade never was.
Let me just say this.
LeBron never was. Love never was.
Stop, bro. This cannot see.
What it is I understand.
I love it. I love the offseason. I love the offseason for Dallas Cowboy fans. I love the offseason for Laker fans. I love when y'all hit the offseason. Every year, y'all crazy fan bases hit the offseason, and y'all require one okay dude or one star, and then y'all completely deplete out the rest of your team. Y'all, every year, y'all say, we going to the finals.
That's what happened when Kobe leave.
We going to the finals.
We gotta do something. Lakers in the finals. Check me out. Quote me on it.
And the only way they're gonna get there is if Clay never makes it back, Houston breaks up,
they are.
OKC just stay dysfunctional. So therefore, y'all gonna be winning a title in the Eastern Conference, pretty much.
We're okay with that.
That's sad.
The West is dysfunctional. The East already been slim pickings. It's sad when you can throw one Kawhi Leonard on the Toronto Raptors and they come out with a ring.
Okay, let's give that context.
You see what I'm saying?
Let's give that context, though.
And let me give that context. That's how wide open the East was. All it took was one player to one team, and it flipped that whole
They had
conference
more than one
on its
player.
head.
Kyle Lowry is an all-star. He ain't no superstar by no means. He ain't no superstar by no means. Listen, hold on. All I gotta say is they had Pascal Siakam, who's going off all year.
Yep.
Marc Gasol is that Negro. You know he is. You gonna sit here and say Marc? Then you go play him. I ain't gonna have that argument with you. And then we got Kyle Lowry, and we already know what Kawhi Leonard could do. And plus, you got Danny Green, and plus around them, you got all solid cats.
Van Vliet.
So I don't know what you're saying.
It's wide open. It's not hard to win in the Eastern Conference.
It's not wide open.
It is.
How?
Aside from Toronto, who else is even solid?
You talking about as of right now. You're not talking about at that moment when the playoffs is going on.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about right. It's wide.
I don't think it's that wide.
Even Kawhi is not 100% sure to go back to Toronto. Then what do they become? They still gonna be juggernauts because of Spicy P and Marc Gasol.
But Kawhi didn't win the finals on it. I hate when y'all revisionists or living in the moment fools do this every year. Every year, every year, and y'all do this every year. How come y'all do this? How come y'all do this? How come y'all act like nobody was else on the team? Or if y'all do want to give credit, y'all want to act like he didn't do nothing but score 10 points. I'll have you know. Y'all every year y'all act like because DJ y'all act like because 3 or 4 years that Shaq was on the Heat, the 1 year that they won the ring, Shaq just get all the credit because he was on the team. Never mind you, he only had 18 points.
If that.
And no, he did. I looked it up. It was like 18 points and like 11, 12 rebounds. Ooh. Okay, that's nice. That sounds real nice.
It's all right.
But D-Wade had over 30. He had double-digit rebounds.
Finals MVP that one.
But how come when we go back and talk about it, we get fools on ESPN like Max Kellerman?
Oh, Lord.
And you acting like Anthony Davis is better than D-Wade.
He is. He is now. You can't dispute that.
That's not.
Nobody's comparing Anthony Davis to D-Wade prime. We're talking about D-Wade now, buddy. You're the only one stuck in the past to D-Wade prime.
He's
not gonna be prime.
You didn't say that earlier. See, after the podcast's over, I'm gonna rewind the part where you know we're in that.
What I said.
You didn't say right now. You said D-Wade. And let's get back on that. You said D-Wade was never a top 5 player. How come this man has more MVP votes than people like Paul Pierce and maybe a
Paul Pierce wasn't top 5. KG
you missing my point.
I'm talking about top 5, not top 10, not top 15. I'm talking
KG was never a top 5 player.
Not top 5, no. In that era, with all them people in that league, you think he was in the top 5? He wasn't that damn good. Why? Because you block a shot and shoot a turnaround?
Listen, the only people I could think of in that age that was better than him: Kobe, Shaq, Tim Duncan. I mean, there's some good ones, but I'm trying to think. I feel like y'all forget history. That Negro used to show out.
Who?
KG.
Oh.
Disrespectful. Just disrespectful. Let's just say this. Unless anybody was playing for the Lakers or the bum Celtics, then they just wasn't important, and the game of basketball is only summed up with 2 jersey colors.
No, I'm just saying we go back and look at the entire NBA over all these years.
And D-Wade was never an MVP top 5 player.
5 people.
So who from 2003 to 2016 was better than D-Wade? That's not named Jordan, Kobe or LeBron.
I could say it, but you would lose it.
Who?
Your boy Carmelo. Right. Yeah.
Don't nobody believe that bullshit. Go ahead. Who else? Don't nobody believe that bullshit.
Look at the rosters myself.
Right. Because there was nobody.
I disagree.
You can say
I
that.
just don't have the names loaded right in front of me to back that up.
He knows. He knows.
When we off the air, we can talk about that.
We can talk about it now. Don't try to act like you don't know nothing about basketball. Whatever, I done walked you into a corner. Don't tell me you don't know. Now you don't know all of a sudden.
Let me think real hard. 2003, you said to win.
So from 03 to either 2015 or 2016, when LeBron went back to Cleveland and D Wade went to Chicago. And then after you do that, after you name me 5 players that were better than D Wade, name me 5 shooting guards that were better than D Wade. That was not named Kobe.
I'm talking about just 5.
No, I don't care them out.
Players.
No.
Period. 5 players. Period.
Then name them.
Okay.
And you got to give me a legitimate case for why. Don't just name a name.
Anthony Davis.
No. What? What?
Anthony Davis for 300, please. Can I get Anthony Davis? Okay. His dominance as a center.
You're a joke. You a joke.
No, his dominance
it ain't April Fools, bro. You gotta keep with the charade.
He one of the top centers in the whole league since 03. Back then, I'd have took Kobe. I'd have took LeBron. You can't take them off the list because they better than him because they are. Let's be honest.
I didn't. I'm saying
that's like an automatic 2. So basically, I only need to fill 3 spots.
Okay.
Because we know they already are heralded as above D Wade. Sorry.
Not really, but yeah.
They are by everybody but you. But
not really.
When you're a D Wade fan, I get it. You got to fight for that 3rd spot. 3 for Wade, right? 3. All right. So Kobe, LeBron. I take Iverson back in the day over D Wade.
Mm-hmm. And who else?
So we got Kobe, LeBron, Iverson, Anthony Davis. There was a time when Dirk Nowitzki
for
was
1 year.
Better ball.
For 1 year, and we lost that year. Why? Mm-hmm. Because of who? Okay. So no. So Tracy gave his 5 names. Tracy gave his 5 names. So let's start at the top. Kobe. Let's do him dirty. Let's start throwing a little dirt on Kobe. Kobe ain't do nothing until after Shaq left. LeBron didn't do nothing until he came to D-Wade and only did one other thing since he left D-Wade, and that was because of Kyrie. Melo ain't never did shit. AI is probably the greatest scorer to do it by himself, but in everything else, he can't hold a flame to D-Wade. And as far as scoring goes, D-Wade scores just as well as AI. Fact. Then who else? Who just Anthony Davis? Anthony Davis.
I don't think you're aware of him.
So what has Anthony Davis done since he's been in the league?
All you're showing me is that you don't watch.
But what has he done?
Not watched any of the New Orleans Pelicans.
What has Anthony Davis done?
Because he was on a.
What has Anthony Davis done?
He has remained one of the top 3 centers in the league since he's came into it.
And so was D-Wade.
D-Wade was top shooting guard for a couple years.
How?
Only for a couple years.
His second year, he got 20-some points.
D-Wade has always been, top 10-ish?
But you got to tell me who shooting guards is better than.
Bruh.
What shooting guards is better than him?
Okay, like I said.
AI. He's not a shooting guard. He's a point guard.
If you look
he's
back,
a point guard.
He was a shooting guard.
No, he was not. He was a point guard. Look at it.
They lineup was Eric Snow, point guard. Allen Iverson.
He was a point guard, bro.
Go back and look. He played point guard, but he was a shooting guard. You don't know.
How do you play point guard, but you're a shooting guard?
The same way you do it in the league today.
No. The league now is completely different.
But back then,
different.
He was a shooting guard. Look it up. Google it.
You got to tell me who better than D-Wade as a shooting guard. 10 of them. You said top 10, so name 9 other people.
Mixed in there.
Oh, now he's mixed in.
He ain't top 3.
Now he's mixed in
because he was never top 3, but for a year or 2.
That's because, so we get to the root of this. Tracy will never, ever give D-Wade any type of props because, one, he could not stand the big 3 heat. He just could not stomach it. It made his skin crawl. That's number 1. Number 2, Number two, whenever I learned how to play 2K, he would get destroyed with D Wade.
Wow.
Not the Heat,
really
not the Heat team. He wouldn't always lose, but he knew when D Wade came on the court, it was gonna be trouble.
It's a rivalry. Yes, it is.
Okay, and third of all, he knows deep down in his heart that if LeBron, let's bring that up. If LeBron never choked in that Dallas finals where Dirk was going off.
Oh, it was LeBron's fault.
So who averaged under 20 points the whole series and who had 25 points for the series? Wade or LeBron? Wade had 25, pal. LeBron had 18.
So he couldn't squeak out a 30, top three? We couldn't get a 30 from him? All he had was
No,
25.
average. He averaged 25. He
couldn't average 30?
For the finals, he averaged 25.
Okay, but he
couldn't.
30?
No, you know why he couldn't? Because he had LeBron and Chris Bosh on his team.
And that's what he wanted. That's what he wanted. D-Wade could have been like Kobe or like some other folk who decided to keep their team to themselves. Ain't nobody tell him to play second fiddle to LeBron. That was his choice.
How did he play second fiddle when he oversigned him?
By that right there. That
don't even make sense.
Instead of just scoring 25 a game for the finals, if D-Wade is his all-time great top 3 scoring guard, he should have just took over, even with LeBron
okay, but you do realize that he's had the best finals performance since LeBron in like 2016, which was like 2 or 3 years ago. He had the best finals period since. Where they lost? Let me finish. No, he didn't.
Where they lost?
No, let me finish what I'm saying, and you won't have no dumb idiotic questions.
Girl, please, you be playing.
Since Jordan, D Wade had the best finals in every category. Look it up. It's they say it on the TV all the time.
Never heard that.
Over Kobe. Look it up. Look it up.
Keep going.
I'm going to look it up right now.
Keep going.
I'm looking it up right now. We're going to look at Kobe's finals from 2000 up until his last ring and D-Wade's only final, just that one. And we're going to see if any of Kobe's were better. They weren't.
You just said D-Wade had the best finals.
Yes. Statistically and moment impact-wise, they was down 2 games, 0-2. Then he would then go on and score like 44, 42, 39, and then like 40 or something. The last 4 games.
Sounds good. Sounds great. Next question.
I know it do. The truth do sound good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See? Get offended. Look, don't get...
I'm not offended. I'm ready to move on.
Don't get us... Oh, see?
I'm ready to move on.
When you get...
The conversation
when you
got a little stale.
When you walked into a corner...
You would talk for 2 hours about D-Wade. I'm a little bored, personally.
Oh, now he bored.
It was fun for a minute.
The truth done set him free.
You trying to go look up stats and stuff. It ain't that deep. Thank you, D-Wade. We love you. You had a great retirement year.
Stop.
My bad. You know, what else we got on the slate for this evening? We can even continue it off the air. I'm not mad. I'm just ready to talk about something else, to be honest.
What you want to talk about?
It's your show.
I know, but that don't mean nothing.
Okay, Plumdingo.
Okay, yeah.
All right, okay. Because, you know, it kind of, we start going.
But we was just talking basketball.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Because I was killing you with the D-Wade facts. He ain't like it no more.
I wasn't prepared. You didn't tell me this was going to be a sports talk. This man done brought me on here with all his stats.
What's that? That's just what I know. Look, don't be mad at me because I'm more a fan of D-Wade than you are of Kobe.
I'm just saying.
And Plumdingo is a great band. So what about them?
We have a website. We're recording the album.
Do y'all have a website?
Yes.
Like a actual website, not like a Facebook page or anything?
We have both.
Okay.
Yeah. And we recording Punkish Brewster. According to Timothy Becker and Dusty Brown. Might be a little bit, but it's on the way. It's on the way.
I know. How many original songs y'all got now?
I lost count. I think most, if not all of them, are probably originals. Probably really? All of them, yeah. I don't think we put a cover on there. No, this is like gonna be a legit like album. So this is like all original stuff. Which at first it's a challenge. That's hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
Cause cover music's like play somebody else already played, nice and easy, smooth. But yeah, putting together 10, 11, 12, and most of the stuff they already had. Thankfully, you know what I mean. I just came in and put my spin on it or played it how they wanted me or asked me to play it. We just, made our own baby out of that. But playing Rock the Plaza July 6th. I had to think about it. July 6th. Down.
Which is just the library holds that concert. Is it like what is it like the whole weekend or is it a whole week or?
They've been having it for weeks. They have a lot of different groups going.
Okay.
Like
Don't
every day
I
is a
think
different.
Dusty said y'all said it's gonna be 45 minutes.
Excuse me. I forget.
I think so because y'all that's what y'all was doing yesterday was seeing how long the songs y'all had set up would take until y'all or to see if it would take up the whole 45 minutes. Are y'all going on after somebody or is it just gonna be y'all that day or like because I never been in the Rock Plaza.
It's my first time too.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
They just have a long list over the days and everybody just play.
Right. No, I'm saying though, on that day, will it be you and like other bands?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know how many bands they would do that day, being that the set minutes was so long.
Right.
So is it like a thing where they like, okay, the festival Palooza starts at 12 and it ends at 3. So does that mean it's like 3 or 4 bands?
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm asking.
Yep, it go on all the way into the evening.
Oh, word?
Yeah, it's been a couple times where like you could just hear people playing downtown.
That's what's up.
For a long amount of hours because they just switching them out. Next band up.
Would y'all ever try to play for like the Mad Ants at a halftime for the Mad Ants or the Tin Caps or?
That'd be dope.
I just ask these questions, wonder what people thinking for the future.
Right, because I didn't even think about that till you just asked it, but I'm sure we would. I don't see why not. It'd be an opportunity, and I don't think people do that. I've yet to see. I mean, apart from them having like actual concerts, like full on at the Coliseum, or I know they have concerts at the Tin Caps too. Like they had Country Fest there before and all that. But yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Do you think your band and Mike's band would ever like go and get a venue so y'all could get a big place? You know what I mean? Instead of just doing it at, you know what I mean, any type like the embassy or something is what I'm saying.
Right.
Like get an actual type of venue, something like that. Would y'all ever? You think y'all bands would be open to that? Like,
I know we wouldn't be against it.
Right.
I can't speak for decade divide Michael, but I know we wouldn't be against it because, like you said, I'm like we all eat together.
Right. Well, no, I asked that because I asked you that because I asked him that if that was just doing a theater, some big venue that takes up over 1,000 seats. Would they ever be interested in doing? He's like, for sure. Like they definitely try and do something like that. It's just, you know what I mean, that's a step-by-step process, which is understandable. But I feel like if y'all brought in y'all group and they brought in their group and then y'all can get another band or two to bring in their group,
it'd be cool.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
I mean, in theory and speaking about it, because it's just like that's how comedians do it. You know what I mean? They'll go on a tour and they'll have acts before the main person, whoever is holding the tour, and it's just, you know what I mean? Each person has their own following. So I don't know. Y'all could probably play a game or roll the dice to see who's the main entree, but I don't think that really matters at the same time. Yeah, I don't think it does. I not for me. I'm not even doing it, so that's me speaking on ignorance. But from the outside looking, I feel like either starting or finishing is stressful versus it's the most benefit. Yeah, well, I feel like people get too caught up in like, oh, who's last, and it's more respectful for this person or that group to go on last. And it's just like I just feel like that's more stressful because like you gotta bring everybody back in one more time. Plus, you gotta end the show out
and end it well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or they're probably gonna talk about you.
Oh yeah,
you waited all night for that.
Yeah, yeah. But see, the good thing is though that y'all got. From what I've heard of Mike's and what he's told me, like he wants to do a like a Drake show or a J. Cole show, like where they telling the story from start to finish, like doing a whole performance,
like have it be a whole concept and everything.
Yeah, but like not. I don't think it'll be that deep, but like it's just like something to ease into because I think he said that or their album is gonna be like storytelling, you know, from start to finish type of thing. So, but they you know, like how their band name is Decade Divide. They
Right.
doing stuff of different decades, but I don't know. It was you gotta watch the podcast or talk to him. I don't want to misconstrue his words, but it was dope how he was explaining it to me. So I was just curious if y'all would ever be interested in doing that because it's hard getting people to, you know, come and to come together, especially if you don't know each other super well. But being that y'all do know each other really well,
you would think,
it would be like it would be more of y'all conversing with other bands to help. Not that y'all need to help, but it's just like it wouldn't help. It'd probably
just
be easier.
create a fuller show. You know what I mean? That'd be the end result. It's like you giving more of a show to the people. There's more reason for them to want to come or be part of it or be like, I don't want to miss it.
I think the best thing for people to do is just of course they'll do the whole thing where it's just like you got a set theme, I guess, for a night of like type of music that's gonna be played. But I always think like, you know what I mean, get Jeff in there, solo rap act. Then get a band in there that's got original songs that, you know what I mean, you can feel the different years in their music. You know what I mean? It don't all feel like some weird stuff from 2019.
Right.
And then you got Mike's band, which they do all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like all types of cover songs and everything. So it's just a mix up of a bunch of different stuff. And if it's all performed well, who knows, you know?
Right.
But I know some people do appreciate just coming in and being just one theme, you know what I mean? Like a whole rap show, a whole rock show, a whole country show.
There's room for both, I feel like.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
It ain't like it ain't enough venues or artists to where we can't do both. And
yeah.
That's the thing I love about Fort Wayne too, is it's still so like wide open. Ain't nobody really took Fort Wayne and made it theirs, or you know what I mean? So it's like, I agree, we could be doing more than just like what's already being done or the regular stuff. I think that'd be like something that could mix up and then, you know, end up drawing attention to Fort Wayne in general. Like, hey, over here they do shows that's different than just the what time we at.
I hear you though. That's what's I think that would be a good thing to do if y'all ever talked about doing it. I think y'all have more people to go than that would not go.
Right.
That's just me personally. Just because I know the type of crowds that Plumdingo pulls, the type of crowds that Jeff will pull, and Mike, Armand. You know what I mean? Everybody, I'm gonna be having him on soon. Maybe later on this week. I'm pretty sure. But so yeah, I think even doing the crazy DJ,
man,
getting it turned up again, like it's y'all. What was that called? On the Jersey Shore, they'll do the fist pump.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, that whole night. Yeah, I went back a little bit.
Fist pump.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I see a lot of dope stuff going on for all y'all.
There's a lot going on in this little city.
Yeah. Yeah, for it to be a place where we just have sex with our cousins or have nothing but corn suckers. But people in other cities think like
they do think it's a weird.
It's just a big country feel. Like, dude, no, like I don't even know how to get to the country. Let's just drive one direction, just stay that way.
Right.
Like it's not like going around the corner and I'm in the country or something like that. You know, I don't know. It's a lot going on though, which is a good thing for everybody here. Hopefully people in the city and cities around us and even the states around us, people like, you know, support that. I think that's big. I think it's harder when people that's don't got a whole platform under them somewhere. It's harder whenever people is like they're not supporting you, but they're not supporting you. You know what I mean? They not against you, but they not supporting you either.
Right.
Because, you know, like even doing this, like it's hard, bro, because it's like the 50, 60, 70 views or whatever I got was like hard. You know what I mean? Because when me and Thomas did the other podcast and we would first put it up, I've gotten more views on one or two videos now because I've learned how to do it right and I have more people support me and I've been willing to ask for the help to get it out there without having to pay out of pocket or to act like I'm some big time deal or something like that.
That was my question to you was gonna be is what have you learned? What's the difference between how y'all was doing it then and how you doing it now?
A lot of stuff. I think we was doing a lot of good stuff, and I think we did a lot of stuff the right way. And I think eventually, because we hit some stumbling blocks, we let those affect us more than just overcoming. And it's just a podcast is like music or anything else. You can't just stop one day, or you can't go on a big drought or something like that. Because, like I was telling Mike last week, we had it to where we uploaded it onto a site and we was doing good. Like our first one, we got like 50 to 80 views or something like that. And then the next one, it was just building from the hundreds and stuff, high hundreds. And then there was a few of them we got 1,000, high thousands, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But then the site shut down that we had it on. So we had to pull all our stuff and then find somewhere else to do it. And the only places we could put it were iTunes and YouTube. And we just wasn't promoting it right, and we was kind of having a not fully thought podcast or anything. It was just like it was a lot of things. It was just a mixture of a lot of stuff, and I knew based off of how we failed and what would succeed for other people what need to be done, and I was more focused on that than trying to keep making things work that weren't going to work. And I didn't want to argue with anybody. Not saying that Thomas was or anything, but I just wanted to keep it to where it's just like, I know this will work and I need to do this and then build off of that or evolve or just tweak certain things. So now, you know what I mean? I know I gotta promote things the right way. You gotta have a formula of what you want to do. You know what I mean? Like I know a lot of people don't want to do this type of thing. They want to just look into the thing and have a certain topic that they want to talk about or something they want to show people or whatever. And those obviously give views and do stuff well, but you got to do those a certain way as well. We just can't do this and then me just put it up online and then just think people are going to come to it. I got to put it out there and then, you know what I mean, make it appealing and dress it up. Like I figured out how to edit stuff.
Right.
How to do thumbnails, how to do sound, how, you know what I mean, the whole nine, the picture, all types of stuff that I didn't know before. And it was mostly because he was doing it. And then it was to a point where I knew he was getting behind on all the stuff that it took for the podcast because he got his full-time job and then he got a family. So it was like, it was hard. You know what I mean? It was hard to try to juggle all that stuff at once without feeling like I'm stepping on somebody else's toes or anything like that.
It was just better for you to have your own at that point.
Well, I mean, it was easier for me to just go do my own thing because I knew I was for sure on what I wanted and how I wanted to go about doing it. And it would just be less stressful. And I don't like forcing my beliefs or my thoughts on other people if they don't want to do that. And that's fine. You know what I mean? That's totally fine with me. I don't have any problems. So, and I don't want there to be any resentment with anybody later down the road that they not telling me about. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's hard trying to go start something. Like I told you, it's like we was doing that for a few years and it's just like, it got somewhere and then it stopped and then it would build the smallest of something behind it and then it would stop again for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Point to whatever. I don't really care. But I didn't want to keep doing that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Something got to give, and I didn't want to be the one to break.
Cause it's nice. It's good. I like this. What you doing here, man?
Well, I like being able to hang out with my friends. I like us having a heated ass conversation, like what we just had. Not really heated,
right.
But like people will think like these motherfuckers is about to kill each other. No, be like So I like that. I like people to be able to come on and plug their projects and whatever and talk and me be able to learn because I'm interested in a lot of stuff. And that's another thing. Like I'm interested in too much stuff. Let's just put it that way. And I think if I bring on people that actually doing it and me having an interest, You know what I mean? That sets up for a good podcast because y'all the source. And it's a lot of people like me that just want to know the knowledge or experience or be around the source. You know what I'm saying?
With me being somebody who's close to you, you went from listening to podcasts
Right.
to now you know what I mean? So yeah.
I just like the, you know what I mean? I know a lot of people are moving away from the whole edited interviews or a 10-minute interview where you're supposed to gather in some of what everybody's saying in that 10 minutes and then you run in with that thought for the rest of, like, no, I want to know who somebody is, their thought process,
Right.
what they likes, they dislikes, they position on things, and
it's a little more thorough.
Right. Then just be like, oh yeah, I got more clickbait.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's not cool. To me, that's not gonna fly too much longer with the society.
I hope
Like how it's, I just don't think it will, bro. It's too many, like it's just too many people out here that are popular or well known, famous, that are tired of the same things as well. So when you got the tide coming back on, you ain't got no choice. Like the way things were and how stuff was, just ain't gonna cut it no more, bro. You know what I mean? Just like I just can't I can't get on here and do a shitty 30-minute interview and then try to upload it and then think I'm gonna get more people on or get views or anything like that. That's not gonna happen. It's not reality. Real shit.
We'll talk Game of Thrones, but I know you ain't.
Don't do it. No. We can talk Baynerius, but I can't talk Game of Thrones. You already said too much, so don't say nothing else about it. All right, so the album gonna be coming out within the year?
Maybe not. Tim's adding a lot of stuff.
No, not the Plumdingo. Your personal.
The mixtape.
Yes.
Yeah, the mixtape. No timetable set, but just keep an eye out for that.
Okay.
I gotta do more promoting myself.
Well, just let me know, and I'll put it out there as well. Rockapalooza, for anybody that's not in Fort Wayne or is in surrounding cities or states, y'all gonna be doing that July 6th, downtown Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Right.
And it's kind of an all-day thing, but y'all got a 45-minute set. Instagram, Facebook, anything that you want to give out there so people can check out your stuff?
Instagram would be from Zion, the number 4, and then RM, and then Zion. Facebook
4RM Zion at Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay, Facebook.
Tracy Naylor Jr.
Okay.
That's straightforward.
And then Plumdingo website.
Yeah. The Plumdingo website, I believe, is plumdingo.com. But even if you can't find it, just go to our Facebook page, and obviously we had a link right there for you to click, and it'll take you there.
Okay. Y'all go do that. Go help Plumdingo out. Go check out Tracy and Eric, and who's the other cat? John. Shout out John one more time. Sorry for any audio spikes that y'all gonna get from this. I care about y'all ears. I don't care about Earl's feelings when it comes to D-Wade.
Yeah.
We out of here. I appreciate everybody. Y'all take care. Appreciate it, Earl.
Thanks for having me. It's an honor.
Yep. Take it easy, y'all.
Peace.